Okay, what if I told you that the absolute best treatment for your hair is totally free and that it doesn't involve a single product and you could literally start doing it right now? We're about to dive into this because today we are flipping our perspective, quite literally, to see how using a little bit of gravity can completely change the game for your hair health. So let's get right to the root of the problem, a problem so many of us deal with, thinning hair or hair loss. A lot of the time, it really just comes down to circulation. I mean, think about it. Your heart is this incredible pump, right? But it's constantly fighting gravity 24/7 to get all that good, nutrient-packed blood way up to the top of your head. And if that circulation is even a little bit weak, well, your hair is usually one of the first things to feel it. And that's exactly where this amazing hack comes in. Forget all those expensive serums and complicated supplements for a second. The real solution is something that happens on the inside. It's a technique that works with your body, not against it. We're going to make gravity our best friend here, all through a couple of super simple yoga inversions. All right, so to really get on board with this and see the results, you kind of have to understand why it works. I promise, this isn't some kind of magic trick. It's just basic biology. Let's break down the science of it. First off, what even is an inversion? It's really any pose or position where your head is simply lower than your heart. No, you do not need to do a perfect headstand. Just bending over at the waist totally counts. The second you do that, gravity just takes over, helping all that blood rush to your scalp, which nourishes and wakes up your hair follicles. I love this analogy. You could be eating the healthiest diet on the planet, full of all the right vitamins and minerals. But, if those nutrients never actually get to where they need to go, what's the point? Think of your circulation as the delivery truck, and doing an inversion, well, that's like creating a super fast downhill express lane straight to your hair's roots. And this pretty much says it all, doesn't it? It's a simple fact of biology. When a hair follicle gets a steady supply of rich blood, it gets stronger. This doesn't just encourage new hair to grow, it also helps the hair you already have to hang on tighter. You're literally feeding your hair from the inside. Okay, so theory is great, but let's get practical. How do you actually build this into your day? You really don't need to be a yoga pro. These two poses are incredibly simple, they're safe for total beginners, and they're all you need to get started. First up, we have Hastapadasana, which is just a standing forward bend. So you'll start by standing up tall and taking a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, just hinge forward from your hips, not your waist. Keep your back as straight as you can for as long as you can. Now, the real key here is to just relax. Let your head hang down totally heavy, let go of any tension in your neck. And hey, if your hamstrings are tight, please bend your knees, a lot if you need to. Protect that lower back. Just hang out here for maybe 30 seconds and just feel that gentle rush of blood to your scalp. Okay, next up is a classic, downward facing dog. You can get into this from a tabletop position on your hands and knees. Just tuck your toes under and then lift your hips up and back so your body makes a sort of upside down V shape. A big tip here, spread your fingers really wide and press down into your hands. That's going to take some of the pressure off your wrists. This pose is just fantastic because it's so stable. You can hold it a bit longer. Feel free to bend one knee and then the other, just pedaling your feet out. The whole goal is to feel that steady, easy flow of blood towards your head. Now, as if helping your hair grow wasn't awesome enough, there is another really cool benefit to this practice that might actually surprise you, and it has everything to do with your hair's natural color. Yep, you heard that right. A consistent daily practice of these simple inversions can actually help keep premature gray hairs at bay. By boosting the nourishment to the follicles, you're also supporting the little cells that are in charge of producing pigment. It's amazing. So how in the world does that work? Well, when circulation is poor, you can sometimes get what's called immature growth, these weak, kind of flimsy hairs that might not even have pigment. Now, when you start this practice, you might notice you're shedding a little more at first. Don't panic, that's a good sign. It's often your body just clearing out the old, weak stuff to make room for new, stronger, healthier hair to grow in its place. So we've got the science down and we have the poses. But none of that is going to mean a thing without the single most important part of this whole equation. And it has nothing to do with bending over and everything to do with your mindset. This right here, this is the real secret sauce. Doing these poses once in a while is nice, but the huge transformative results, those come from consistency. It's really about taking charge and building a tiny daily habit. We're talking just a few minutes every single day. That's all it takes to send a powerful signal to your body that, hey, my scalp is a priority. And finally, we just have to talk about stress, because when you're stressed out, your body goes into survival mode. All your energy gets wasted on just surviving. And things like hair health, they get put on the back burner. But inversions do something really incredible. They physically force a change in your perspective. By focusing on your breath, on your body, you interrupt that constant stress cycle. And that is absolutely crucial if you want to see these results really shine through. When you boil it all down, this whole approach is based on one beautiful philosophy. Taking care of your hair, encouraging it to grow, it doesn't have to be complicated or crazy expensive. It's all about feeding your body and your beauty from the inside out, just by working with the powerful systems you already have. So I'll just leave you with this one last thought. We've talked about how literally changing your physical perspective can nourish your hair. But it makes you wonder, what else in your life could you nourish simply by choosing to look at it from a different angle? It's something to think about.